Hey everybody, you're watching Om Sweet Om on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Welcome to Om Sweet Om. I'm yoga instructor Alison Schuster, and today I'm talking with Amanda Becker from Appleseed Events. Amanda, hello.
Hi, thanks for having me. This is a beautiful morning to be here.
This is an incredible morning. We have the best jobs. We really do. We're here at Moraine State Park today, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Moraine State Park Regatta, which is your baby, right?
Yes.
This is what you are planning and hoping and dreaming, and we're making it happen, right?
Yep.
This is going to happen. So first, let's just start a little bit with the history of regatta. For people who haven't been to the regatta, tell us a little bit about how this got started and how you got involved.
So it was a little over 20 years ago that the regatta initially started. From what I understand, it was over on the North Shore at that point. And I think that it might have started out of the tourism office in Butler County. I know that they had a lot to do with it, especially then. So eventually the regatta formed its own nonprofit board. It was called the Regatta at Lake Arthur for many years. I don't know if you remember that. Eventually they moved it over here to the South Shore, and they started hiring a planner because the event was getting bigger and bigger.
It just grew.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Everyone wants to be up here at the lake. It is so spectacular. And then it just kept getting a little bigger, a little bigger, a little bigger, right?
Yes. So I started with the regatta in 2019. We had a great year that year. The board, there's about 12 people on the volunteer board, and they are fantastic and very enthusiastic, and they just love the park and love everything about regatta. So 2019 was my first year. We kind of had a leap year last year of sorts.
We all did.
Yeah. And
2020, the ultimate leap year.
Yeah, exactly. So 2020 was actually to be the 50th anniversary of, or it was the 50th anniversary of Moraine State Park's founding. So we were really excited to celebrate that at regatta, and actually even outside of regatta, there were 50 events in total planned to celebrate the 50th anniversary. So I think all of them got canceled, but we're very much looking forward to celebrating 50th plus one this year at the regatta.
Right. Adding one more year, not a bad thing.
Yes.
So I don't even know where you start when you plan an event. So I'm a little bit interested too to see, this is what you do, Appleseed Events plans events, right? And how do you even start?
The Moraine State Park Regatta is our largest event, I would say. So you would think that, it takes us the longest amount of time. In general, we work on regatta kind of year-round. It's a year-round planning process. This year, again, is a little bit different. We waited until January to move forward with the 2021 event. So the board met and decided yes, we want to move forward with it. And if you remember, like back in January, it was a very different landscape than it is even now. But basically, we come up with, the board came up with kind of a focus. So I said, hey, what do you want this event to be about? We kind of have a new opportunity to really rethink the regatta, and not that it needed to be really, thought through again, but we wanted to see kind of what the focus of the event should be. So their answer was, hey, we're going to promote Moraine State Park as a place where people can play and, do different things with their families, and we are going to promote recreational activities that you can do within the park. So that was kind of our starting space this year, and it's been exciting to move on from that.
I love that because it's kind of keeping it local. It's not something that just comes in once a year and then is gone.
Right.
Like the old-fashioned carnivals that came to town once a year and then were gone. But what you're doing is really introducing people to, here's Moraine State Park, and here's what it has to offer all year round. Right. Not just at one event that we can all come together and share, but look at what's here.
Right.
Come and see. And I had so many people during 2020 that joined me up here with Surf's Up Adventures, right, out on the paddle boards, and that said, I didn't even know this was here. And I think a lot of people discovered new ways to enjoy the outdoors.
Oh yeah.
During 2020, it was a big benefit, one of those COVID pluses, and I know there weren't very many, but that is one of them. That people came to the park and said, wow, this is so close to Pittsburgh. I had no idea.
Right. How did I not know that this existed? The DCNR just put out some statistics through Butler County Tourism, and I know I'm not going to get the numbers exactly right, but it was amazing to hear straight from DCNR how much the attendance at the park had increased. So I think it's something like 300%. I mean, it was crazy. The numbers of people, just more and more people coming through those gates, experiencing the park. People that, whether they hadn't been here before, they haven't been here since they were kids, or whatever that looked like. So we have a really unique opportunity at the regatta to kind of bring all of that together. Like, people are spending more time with families, whether they like it or not. They're spending, same thing, they're spending more time at home, but maybe they're spending more time outside. So they might be looking for a new hobby. They might have picked up a new hobby, whether it's paddleboarding or whatever that is. So it's kind of a reset button, right? In some ways, and some of that isn't all bad. So
I think people were looking for ways to increase wellness too. We all had a lot of fear. Through 2020, we all had a lot of health fear, I think, and people were saying, okay, what can I do? And one of them is just get outside, take a walk, right? And suddenly discovering the beautiful trails here, discovering the lake and saying, oh wow, this is a lot easier than I thought, right? We've been preaching this for a long time, that wellness is not hard, right? Wellness is not hard, it's not expensive, it's easily accessible. Here it is, right? And
I don't know anybody that wouldn't feel better, or at least smile a little bit when they come out to the park, especially on a day like this, right? And this is what we're hoping for at Regatta, plus a ton of people, but the sunshine and the water.
About that too, just to be back together. I think we're all excited about events now because we appreciate, how special they are.
Oh yeah, I think people are craving human connection. I don't think that's something new, but I think COVID just really dramatically kind of put a spotlight on that, I guess. So people are craving that, and when they haven't seen, whether it's their, close family and friends or just other people from the community, whatever that is, an event like this is, I think, really going to feel like home for people. I think a lot of people are very much looking forward to that, and we have a huge space outdoors, so like, how much safer, healthier can you be?
Right, there's a lot of safety here, and feeling as though, yes, we can spread out and enjoy the fresh air and enjoy each other at the same time, which is awesome. Well, let's talk about all the events, because Regatta is jam-packed. Now I usually see it on the water, right? I see it from the paddle boards or the paddleboard races, and I love seeing the fireworks from the water as well. But I don't always get to see what's going on land because I'm on the water. So let's just walk through all of these events we've got going.
Yeah, so sometimes I don't get to see them all either. It's really funny to look back after a year at Regatta and realize you didn't actually meet somebody that you've been talking to on the phone or email for the past year because you've just been running around. So there's a lot that goes on, and you can miss some, but we like to try to have a little bit of everything to a point. So I'm trying to think of the best place to start. So I'll think of as far as the layout goes, I'll start on the left and we'll move to the right. How's that go?
Okay, that works. So we're right here.
This year down at the Sunken Garden Trail, which is on the South Shore, there is a trail over there that's been recently adopted by the Marine Preservation Fund. So they're working to kind of keep up with that trail. I don't know what kind of improvements they have in mind, but they kind of adopted that trail. So we are hosting a 5K for the first time at Regatta. It's a 5K trail run walk on the Sunken Garden Trail on Saturday morning, August 7th. Deep Well Services is our sponsor, and they're doing some really cool things that I will let them announce. But we're I know,
no spoilers.
But we're really excited about having that 5K. Since it's going to be Saturday morning, it's actually kind of before the regatta traditionally starts. So the race is at 8:30. The vendors and everybody will open up around 10. So depending on your speed, you'll be able to finish the race and kind of make your way over to enjoy some food and things like that. So that's one of the first things,
and that's all levels.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That
exactly.
That could be your first 5K,
Yeah.
or you could be an expert at it looking to win.
Right. And we picked the 5K length because that's one where, beginners can easily do that. Like, we didn't want to start with a 50K or anything like that. That's a whole other animal. They have those here at the park. But so, we started something intentionally. We wanted something for families to be able to do together if they wanted to. And exactly, you can bring your dog if it's on a leash. That trail, I don't know if you've been on it, is relatively flat, but it also has some really good views of the lake.
Really pretty views.
So we're really excited about that. So then all those people out there on paddle boards, and we'll talk about water activities, the people running will be able to see some of that.
Cheer them on.
Yeah.
We can cheer them on.
It'll be very good. And then other things kind of going on over there that are new for this year. So the American Cancer Society is bringing their race up. It used to be at the Three Rivers Regatta. They're moving it to Moraine State Park Regatta this year. It's called the Pittsburgh Paddle Sport Race. So people can register for that online. It's a boat race. There's like a specific kind of boat. I'm not going to get the terminology right, but it's basically, to me, it looks like a fancy kayak. So you can check their website for the right terminology, but there are two different lengths to that, and that is actually this year a race being done with Surf's Up Adventures. So Ian and then Emma from American Cancer Society, they're working together to do that race. So you can do those long fancy kayaks, or you can do a paddleboard. So you can register for those races, and those are also Saturday, but they're after the 5K. So if you're feeling really adventurous, you do the 5K, and then you get on the water and you do that race. So the Pittsburgh Paddle Sport Race is something new for this year.
Really fun to watch too.
Yeah.
The one, it's sometimes hard with the 5K because it's in the woods. You're going to see pieces of it depending on where you are.
Right.
But watching the races on the water is very exciting.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. Even if you don't, have a competitor that you know in the race, it is fun to watch.
Yeah.
So you got some really, really good boaters and paddleboarders.
Exactly. And there's people that are coming up, they're coming up from Pittsburgh. They're coming in from other regions to do this. It's very likely, their first time at the park. So what a way to experience the park. So I think there's a 6-mile route and a 3-mile route for those. There's different age considerations, categories, all that kind of stuff. They are giving out awards. So we're really excited about those two things. So those are two of the competitions, I guess, that are going to kick off the day on Saturday. Let's see what else is there. Also Saturday, down again at the Sunken Trail, there is a new kayak dock being put in. So it's a fully handicap accessible dock. So that is down at the Sunken Garden Trail is also the non-motorized boat launch. So I don't know if you've been there before with the paddle boarders, but that ramp is brand new, and it's by the Butler County leaders. And I think I got the name wrong, but it's through the Butler County Chamber. There's a group of leaders from the county that have been working for 2 years now because of how 2020 was. They have been working for 2 years to get this ramp in, and I'm not going to do it justice, but again, come out and see it. It's going to be really exciting.
It'll be amazing.
We don't have something like that at the park right now, so that's filling a big gap.
Something new.
Mm-hmm. And that dedication is going to be on Saturday afternoon at 4, I believe. So again, double check our website just in case any of these times change.
And another amazing way to make this park accessible to everybody, which is really important.
Right, and that's one of the things we've been thinking about as we've been planning the whole regatta. Like, okay, who are we missing? Are there other things that we can add so that other people can be really involved? And obviously we're not going to make everybody happy, but we want to do the best we can to really try to include everybody that wants to be included.
That's awesome. Now, I think there's a healthy initiative going on with this too.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes. So we're calling it Get Moving Moraine, and it kind of started from some things that have happened at Regatta in the past. But when we sat down in January to talk about this year, we said, okay, how are we possibly going to do this? We're thinking about all the COVID restrictions and guidelines, and even when there's not restrictions, there's still, obviously health and safety to be concerned about, and there's best practices. So it was a little overwhelming. So one of the things we looked at is the areas of the regatta that have been traditionally most crowded. And we said, okay, how do we fix that, right? Like, crowds aren't necessarily a bad thing. We want a lot of people to be up here, but we don't want a lot of people to be very close together. So how can we eliminate lines where possible? So one of the things that we came up with is really kind of refreshing this whole water recreation area and land recreation, which is something that we haven't had a lot of in the past. So it's called Get Moving Moraine, and there will be I think there's about 12 community partners that are joining us for that. There's more almost every day, which is exciting. And the idea is that people can register online for free ahead of time to snag a spot in an intro to kayaking lesson or an intermediate hike, or I think archery is on the table this year, or yoga, tai chi, Pilates, stand-up paddleboarding yoga, hopefully disc golf. There's a ton of different recreational activities. So we're excited about it. Like I said, people are gonna sign up ahead of time. There's this whole system. There'll be like text message confirmations, and you can join a wait list if we run out of spots, which we probably will. But the idea is just like, obviously, get moving.
New.
Yeah,
right. Try something new, and what a great opportunity to do it. And I think these events give us a little bit of courage to get out there with other people and try it, even if we've never done it before.
Right. And thanks to our sponsors, all these things are free. So that's another thing, like courage, you know, it takes a little bit of courage to try these new things for sure. Maybe it takes a little bit of, you know, athletic ability, maybe not. I guess that's the point, right? Anybody can do it. All of these things are at no cost. So normally if you would go out to any of these outfitters, obviously you have to pay, you know, like their businesses. So this is just like a little teaser so you can see how much you like it and you can join all these partners on other weekends.
Yeah, that's amazing to be able to offer that for free. I think is a wonderful benefit.
Yeah, and we weren't sure what was gonna happen at Regatta this year because we basically, like a lot of events, we kind of started in the hole, right? Financially. So we've had a lot of really supportive partners that kind of have made this happen. So another thing that we were just able to announce is fireworks. So Next to Your Bank is sponsoring our fireworks. That is something that has been a part of Regatta for I don't know how many years.
Forever.
But we weren't sure we were going to be able to have them this year. So we're really excited that Next Year came through and was able to help us with that. So stay tuned about signups for like stand-up paddleboarding and kayaking and even some hikes during the fireworks. So there's special safety considerations, obviously, for that. If people are going out on the boats, like just taking their own boat out, they have to have a light. So make sure you check all that stuff if you're going to take your own boat out. But you can also sign up to do one of those things in the evening.
Amazing to see them from the water, but equally amazing from the land. It really is. It's always a spectacular show.
Yeah, we're really excited about that.
So many things.
So many things.
So many things to offer.
In 2019, I think we had 9 what we called signature events. This year, I think we have closer to maybe 13. So it's a little crazy.
It just keeps building.
Yeah.
It just keeps building.
Yeah.
And it combines so many things. And the things that we talk about on this show. A little bit of fitness, right? I love the Get Moving initiative. That makes me so excited. But also a lot of community and a lot of people supporting our local businesses, which I think we've turned to in the past year as well, of realizing how important it is for our community to come together and support local businesses. And there'll be so many represented here at the Regatta. The concessions as well, all of that. I mean, you come out and you support the people that are here in your own community. Right. Which is great.
We have, I think right now we have over 60 vendors committed. Again, that list keeps growing every day. So I don't know how many we'll have for Regatta. We have 17 acres, so we have lots of space that the Regatta will take up this year. But it's been interesting to talk to all these vendors. You know, like they really missed Regatta as much as we all did. Not just for seeing familiar faces, but their business, right? Like some of these vendors haven't really been able to do business for the past, my company hasn't done business for the past year. So we've all really missed events in different ways. So it'll be really great to be able to support those companies who are coming out and selling food and, you know, spreading the word about their nonprofit or spreading the word about their business. We'll have a wide variety of vendors. So we're really excited about that. And I kind of mentioned the 50th anniversary a little bit, but I should mention when we're talking about local business, Deal Toyota, it hasn't been announced yet, but I'm announcing it. Deal Toyota is our anniversary sponsor this year. So we're really excited about them because they're right here in Butler County.
Local.
They're a family-run business. It was really important to them to get involved in an event like this that's going to bring people back together again after such a year. A lot of people have asked us about like safety stuff. So I know we're all like super tired of COVID, you know,
of
the
rules,
C word.
Right, we're tired of rules.
Really tired of that.
Free, but you gotta have some.
Yeah,
you gotta have some.
I feel like I should mention a few of them. So some of the things we're doing, most of the things we're doing are related to layout because that's one of the only things we can control. It's a free event. We're not gonna turn people away. You know, people can come in, but we want them to be able to spread out So the layout is going to look really different this year, but we're also going to have some kind of new additions. So you might have to walk a little bit further when it comes to parking, but that's healthy.
Good thing.
Yes,
that is a good
exactly.
thing. Little
especially
summer walk doesn't hurt any of us.
Especially if you add like too much funnel cake or something like that. So, so you might have to walk a little bit further. But one of the things that we're going to be having, again, not officially announced yet, but I'm going to spill the beans. Life Flight is joining us. So Highmark, BCBS, and Life Flight are going to be here on site providing first aid. So like that's a general safety thing. That was pre-COVID. You have to have first aid, right? But we're really excited that those partners are the ones providing it, because the helicopter is going to be here. So people can see the helicopter, and like, who doesn't want to see that? I think that'll be really fun for kids.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
And what another introduction to what our community has to offer and what our community can do.
Right. Yeah. So we're really excited about kind of bringing, like we keep saying, you know, kind of bringing everybody together, because there's so many parts and pieces of all of this. So it'll be fun.
It's bigger than Lollapalooza. It's the Lollapalooza of Butler County, right? This is awesome.
I like that. We might use that. Yeah.
It's just a big festival and so many things to offer. There's not really anything bad that can come out of bringing us together, increasing our wellness, and meeting people in your community. Right. All of those are good things. So whatever restrictions we have to put in place to make it possible, we're in. Right. We're in. I think we're all at that point now. We're like, we're in. What are we going to do? If we have to walk a little farther, that's all right. Right. We're seeing the good now. And I think that's what we all want to do, is see what are the positives. Yeah. You know, it's been a rough year, but now let's take away the positives and let's move forward in a way that is good for all of us. Right.
So we talk a lot about, like, you know, human health and wellness, but one of the things we try to keep an eye on at this event also is like different environmental factors, right? Because we're up at the park and there's thousands of people here, and we want to make sure that we're not leaving it worse than what we found it. So that's something that we try to keep in mind through all of the planning. So you'll see that in kind of different ways this year. Like, for example, no printed brochures, like with event schedules. We'll have different types of signage and things like that. So some of those conversations started because of COVID, you know, thoughts, restrictions, whatever, but some of it we're really excited to see where it landed. And one of the other events that we have related to that is the butterfly release. Have you ever been here for that?
I have been here for that, and it is amazing.
So we're excited about that. All of our outdoor, their local billboard company sponsors it, and they have some special things kind of planned this year that I can't share yet. But the butterfly release is going to be on Sunday, so stay tuned for details. But the idea is that people can release monarch butterflies, which are obviously, you know, good for the environment. They're good for everybody here at the park, and it's also really pretty to see.
It's beautiful.
We're excited about that.
Just beautiful. And so when we look around and we're hearing the birds all around us, there was a fish jumping just a minute ago, and you're hearing all of that. I want them to be as excited about this as the humans are. Right. We did a little bit of both.
We have part of the recreation that I didn't mention, but that has been at Regatta in past years, is an area where kids can learn to fish. So we get a special permit from PA Fish and Boat Commission, and kids can go learn to fish on the shoreline. And obviously, like, logistically, we keep those away from the paddleboards and the kayaks, but we're really excited about that, because it's just, if nothing else, go down to the water and check it out, because it's the funnest thing to watch when there's like these little ones trying to learn how to fish.
And learning to be a part of all of this.
Yeah.
And you start that young, and you'll see people all the way into their 90s enjoying the park, and that's what we want.
And it's fun to see like the multiple generations together too. So we have volunteers from multiple generations, but then attendees, and there's not, you know, too many places that you can see that. So we're excited.
Amanda, thank you for coming today and telling us all about it. We hope you'll return on the show and keep us updated on what's going on. And we look forward to coming to Regatta. Now give us the dates again, just so that we know when we're looking for this.
Yeah, it is August 6th to the 8th. So we added Friday this year. We have Friday evening, Saturday all day and into the evening, and then Sunday all day. And it's on the south shore of Moraine. So if you go to the north shore, you won't even know that the regatta is happening. So come to the south shore of Moraine. It's the Pleasant Valley Beach area. If you actually put in the address for Moraine State Park, this is where it takes you. So I like to specify that as much as possible, but we're really excited about it. Stay tuned on our website, Facebook page, Instagram. You can get all the details, because all of this is subject to change, of course. But we're really excited to continue to announce new things happening this year.
Thank you so much. And we are right here. We are right here at Pleasant Valley Beach today, and we are going to stay right here for the yoga. I'll meet you on the mat in a moment. Hey everybody, welcome to the mat. I want to work today a little bit on some yoga for my paddleboarder friends, right? We're talking regatta, and of course my kayak friends, since I'm a water girl, but this sequence goes for anybody. We're going to work a little on arms and shoulders and leg flexibility today. That works for our 5Kers too, to be able to stretch out before and after a race, before you head out on the water, when you come back in, really helps to keep us not only in shape, but feeling good when we're doing all of those activities. A lot of times we maybe forget to stretch or we don't give it enough time because we're in a hurry. Of course, we want to get out there. It's so beautiful, but really important to do. So these stretches work for all of us. Before our activities, after our activities, to give us that flexibility that we need. Of course, yoga is known for giving us flexibility. Now, those of you that do my class know it can give you a lot of strength. It can also give you a lot of coordination and just matching that breath with the movement and stress relief. All of those things are part of yoga. But I think the thing people know yoga for the most is, I wish I could be more flexible, right? I want to be able to touch my toes. Those are the things we're going to work on today, and it gives us a nice sequence to use before we head out on the water, before we head out on the trail, as we start all of those summer activities, because I hope you'll come up here to Moraine State Park, not just for the regatta, but all year round and see everything that it has to offer. Let's start out widening out in our Tadasana, our mountain pose. And I work with mountain pose a lot in my classes just to start that stability, right? It's not just using the legs, but it's drawing the belly in. It's reaching those arms out, putting a little tension in the arm. We want to take those shoulders up to the ears and then just drop them back down. We get this nice posture going too, right? For those of us that work in front of a computer and you feel like you spent the winter like this, we want to open those shoulders up, give ourselves a little bit of space in the chest. Now in yoga, when we create that space in the chest and the belly, it's to breathe deep. So we take a nice deep breath in. Using that exhale, I want you to press the feet into the mat. I want you to start to feel a little energy rising up the legs. When that energy reaches the crown of the head, you just lift, get a little bit taller. Take another nice deep breath in. And we just feel that length in the body. There it is. One more deep breath. Make it a little stronger. And then maybe we just bring those hands to heart center and just press into the palms. So we start to feel the chest open a little bit. Nice centering posture. If you've been out on the water, sometimes you have that sea legs feeling. This brings everything back, helps you feel grounded. A nice deep breath in. Then we're going to slowly release those hands. I want you to take that right leg and just cross it behind the left. And we're going to push that right arm up and over. This arm's reaching out, left hand reaching down for the water. Nice deep breath. Little side body stretch and bring it back together. Let's try the other side. So that left foot goes behind. We're just playing with the balance a little bit. You can always keep a little bend in the knee. Reach that arm up, stretch it back. Nice deep breath in. And then bring it back to center. Now, let's take that forward fold. Take a big sun breath in all the way up. 10 fingers become 5. And then exhale. Swan dive down, forward fold. Let's reach for those toes. Then a nice deep breath in all the way up. Draw the belly in, reaching up. And exhale. Nice big swan dive down. Reach for the toes. And one more. Big deep breath in. All the way up. And then exhale. Nice swan dive down. And this time I just want you to hang here at the bottom of this posture. And I'm just going to let those fingers trail on my mat. Little swing back and forth. Maybe I nod the head up and down. Little release. Then tuck the chin to the chest. And just rise up. One vertebrae at a time. Take that big deep breath. And bring those hands back to heart center. And now that we're in that centering posture, we set that intention for our practice. Opening up, little stretch this morning. We're going to take it to the top of the mat. And let's just walk through 3 sun salutations. It helps us to warm up the body, put a little bit of energy into the core. Nice deep breath in, all the way up. And we exhale those hands to heart center. Inhale, the right leg steps back, nice crescent lunge. Exhale, release, humble warrior. Arms down alongside, big inhale all the way up. Exhale, open up, nice warrior 2. Flipping the palm, lean out over the leg. Let's reverse it, nice deep breath. And I'm just going to step those 2 feet together, top of the mat, and take that big sun breath in, all the way up. Exhale, those hands to heart center. Let's inhale, left leg steps back. Big crescent lunge. Exhale, release, humble warrior. Arms down alongside, big inhale, all the way up. Warrior 1. And exhale, open up, warrior 2. Let's flip the palm. Lean out over your leg. Reverse it, nice deep breath. As if you could reach across the leg. And then exhale, step those 2 feet together. Big sun breath in. Same thing. We just alternate sides. When we do one of each side, we call that 1 because we want to keep it balanced. Arms down alongside, big inhale all the way up, warrior 1. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Let's flip the palm. Lean out over your leg, reverse it, take a nice deep breath in, opening that side body, so really reach. And then exhale, 2 feet come together, big sun breath in, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's inhale, left leg steps back. Crescent lunge, exhale, release. Now bring those arms alongside, big inhale, all the way up. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. We're going to flip the palm. Lean out over your leg and reverse it. Nice deep breath. Here's that side body opening again. And then exhale, bring it back. We've got it now. Last one. Big breath in. Exhale those hands to heart center. Let's inhale, right leg steps back, crescent lunge. Exhale, release, humble warrior. Arms down alongside, big inhale, all the way up, warrior 1. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Let's flip the palm. Lean out over your leg and reverse it. Nice deep breath. And exhale, step those 2 feet, top of the mat. Big sun breath in. Exhale, heart center. Let's inhale, left leg steps back. Crescent lunge. Exhale, release. Arms down alongside. Big inhale all the way up. And exhale, open up. Let's flip the palm. Lean out over your leg. Reverse it. Nice deep breath. And then exhale. Bring those 2 feet together. Great job. Big sun breath in. And a swan dive down, forward fold, reach for those toes. Can you let those arms hang? And then just slowly rise up, 1 vertebrae at a time. So we got that little bit of blood flowing, little bit of core work. Now we're going to take it to the top of the mat. Take that big sun breath in. And then exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Let's step that right leg back. Taking us into airplane. Little humble warrior, take those arms out to either side. Now here's our big wingspan. We're warming up those arm muscles, shifting the weight. Seeing if you can take it into airplane. And we want to work those arms. Let's press those palms together. Exhale, take it out wide. Inhale, bring them together. Exhale, go wide. You've got it. 1 more. Inhale, bring them together. And exhale, take it out wide. Now, we're going to bring that toe back down. Let's just cross it over the left. That right arm comes in front. Left arm wraps around, taking it into eagle pose. Maybe you sink in those hips. Maybe that toe lifts up, little eagle. Nice deep breath. And then exhale, forward fold. Reach for those toes, little chin to chest, and just let it rise back up. Big sun breath in all the way up. Exhale, those hands come to heart center. Let's step that left foot back. Nice big crescent lunge. Setting ourselves up for the opposite side. And maybe we shift forward. Find that humble warrior. Take those arms out, big airplane wings. We're really reaching, opening the chest. Spread those fingertips out, and then just take it into our airplane. Now, inhale, press the palms together. It's a nice hard press. Exhale, go wide. Inhale, press. Exhale, go wide. One more, inhale. Now exhale, take it out wide, big reach. Then just bring that toe back around. We're going to cross that toe over. Left arm in front of the face, that right arm wraps. Pushing those elbows up. And let's just sink into our eagle pose. Nice deep breath here. Pushing those elbows up a little further. Maybe the hips sink down a little more. And then release into that forward fold. Reaching down for the toes. Tuck the chin to the chest. And just let it rise up. One vertebrae at a time. Now, we've warmed up the arms a little. Warmed up the legs a little. Let's see if we can stretch them out just a little bit more. Helps us prevent any of those injuries on the water. I'm going to grab a yoga strap today. Now, if you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a belt. You can use a towel if you're getting ready to go out on the water. You can even use your paddle. So lots of options that'll do the same thing. I want you to come to the middle of the mat. Go ahead and spread the legs out. Nice big straddle. And I'm taking that strap to a low V. So we want to spread it out enough to give ourselves some room, but I put a little tension into the strap. Now, take a deep breath in. We're going to take it up high, and I want you to exhale. Take it all the way over. Now, follow the breath. Inhale up. Exhale, bring it back. We just follow the breath in and out. Taking that strap up and over, so we're working that ball and socket joint, which a lot of times we don't take that full range of motion in the shoulders, which is really important for paddleboarders and kayakers, preventing any of those arm and shoulder injuries. Now, you can move those hands closer together on the strap with each round, playing a little limbo. Seeing if it starts to stick. If it starts to get a little sticky right here at the top, let's see if we can exhale and let it go all the way back. Taking it up and over and bringing it back. Let's take one more. All the way up and release it down. Back around. And slowly bring it back. Now that strap, when we start to engage those arms, acts as a steadying device, right? It engages the arms, brings us actually a little bit of balance. So let's see if it does. We're going to try tree with the strap. And you can use a paddle, right? You could use a towel, whatever you got. Let's shift the weight onto that left foot, right foot to the instep. Now you decide. Maybe that tree stays right here. We can maybe take it to the shin, but for that heron, maybe I'll take it all the way to the thigh because he has an impressive wingspan and long legs. Let's inhale those arms up. Little tension in that strap. And it's going to help us open the chest and hold that tree in place. Take a nice deep breath in. See if you can lift and lengthen the spine. Use that exhale. Maybe it gets a little taller. Maybe you put a little more tension on that strap. One more nice deep breath. And then exhale, bring it down. We shake out the arms, we shake out the legs. And let's see what we can do with the other side. Now, shifting to the right, left foot comes to the instep. Now, my left side is never as flexible as my right side. I favor that right side, like we all have a side that we favor. But you want to push that opposite side just a little bit. So rather than keep that toe down, I'm going to see how high I can take it. It's not as high as my right side, but I'm going to push it a little bit to see where it goes. So just notice those differences in the sides of the body. Take a deep breath in. Using that exhale, can you rise up a little higher? Another one, nice deep breath. I'm really pushing that strap towards the sky. Seeing if I can put a little tension in it. One more deep breath. Holding it there. You've got it. And then slowly releasing it. Nice job. Shaking out the hands. Shaking out the feet. Let's take one more of those standing poses with the strap that can stretch out both the legs and the arms. And it's a big posture for a big lake. We're going to do King Dancer with the strap. Now, I like to put my strap into a little yoga cage. So I make it into a belt and take it down to a small loop. And the strap is just going to give me a little more stretch in the arms, gives me a little more stretch in the legs because I have the tension of the strap to work with. So I go ahead and I take the foot. I'm taking the right foot first into my little cage I've made with the strap, walking to the top of the mat. Now, we do this in stages. You can hold at any stage you want of this posture. Maybe you just take that right leg and you bring it up to 90. Little bend in that standing leg. We're going to reach that left arm out nice and long. Take a nice deep breath in. And I'm taking that leg around back. And maybe I just hold here for a minute. Maybe I let it reach up. Little King Dancer, nice deep breath. Taking it as far as you can, big stretch. And then bring it back down. Nice job. Let's try the other side. See what this side has to offer. We're going to find that left foot. Bringing it up to 90. Nice little reach with that right arm. Taking out little bend in the knee. If it starts wobbling, put that bend in the knee. We're going to spin it around. Reach it forward. You've got it. Nice deep breath. Pushing against the strap. Reaching up. And bringing it back down. That's a good one for both arms and legs. And gives us a little confidence to get out there on the water with the balance. Let's take it down to the mat. So I'm going to unloop this strap, because I might want it in a minute or two here. Setting it alongside my mat. Let's take it to the top of the mat, and I want you to step that right leg back. Nice big crescent lunge. Pressing into the toes. Now you can drop the knee down if it feels good. You can tuck the toes underneath and bring yourself into that full lunge. Maybe you go to fingertips. Maybe you take those hands to the thigh. Maybe they go all the way overhead. Nice deep breath in. I'm going to lift and lengthen the spine. You can even gaze up at those hands if it feels good. Really tuck that tailbone underneath. See if you can take it a little further. And then slowly bring it back down. Bringing both hands to the instep. I drop that left hand underneath, wrap it around the left foot. I'm coming up onto those right fingertips. Maybe that arm goes out, airplane wing. Maybe that other arm lifts. Nice deep breath. Bringing them back to center, to the instep. Now I'm going to press those hands into the dock beneath me, really steadying this posture so I can roll on to the pinky edge of that left foot. Just open it out for the hip flexor. Nice deep breath. And bring it back to center, dropping that knee down to the mat. Walking the hands back to that thigh. Reaching those arms up and out. Take a breath here. And then slowly bringing it back down. I'm going to set it down into Pigeon Lunge. So just lifting the foot up, bringing it over to the opposite side. Let's set it down in Pigeon and let yourself relax into the mat. Taking a couple of deep breaths. Maybe you stretch it out nice and long. Release to the mat. Take a couple of deep breaths. You can even stack those fists and let the head rest on your fists. Perfect race preparation pose for my paddleboarders. Because it's a great pose where you can block out everything around you. Just listen to the sounds of nature around you, even if there's a big crowd like at Regatta. And at the same time, getting a great stretch in the legs and the hip flexors. Then we just slowly rise back up, plant those palms. And I want you to step it back to that full plank. Holding that full plank, take a deep breath in. Using that exhale, press away, draw the belly in. Another one, nice deep breath. Press away, you got it. One more deep breath. Then let's slowly bring it down, dolphin plank arms. Take a nice deep breath in. And I'm going to slowly open those hands, shift the weight into the left side. Taking that arm up, little dolphin side plank, big reach. Bringing it back, hold it at center. Now other side, little side plank, big reach, open chest. Bringing it back down. Just drawing those knees in. I want you to widen out. Press it back to a nice wide-legged child's pose. And then slowly begin to rise up. Finding that tabletop, little cat-cow. And then we bring the right leg through the hands. Finding that lunge, knee above the ankle. There's some nice sand on my mat, which you know makes me happy. Little sand in your toes is a good thing. Tucking those toes underneath behind you. Bringing myself into that full lunge. Maybe we come to fingertips, little lift in the chest. Put that gaze out over the lake. Bringing those hands to the thigh. Then let's take those arms all the way up. Interlace the fingers. Take a nice deep breath in. I want you to lift and lengthen the spine. Reach it up. One more. Nice deep breath in. Lift. Lengthen. And then slowly bring those arms back down. Taking those hands to the instep. Go ahead and drop that shoulder underneath. Wrap your hand around your foot. Maybe you come to fingertips. Maybe you take that airplane wing. Maybe that other arm lifts. Taking a nice deep breath here. Then let's bring both hands back to the instep, pressing into those hands. And I just rotate onto the pinky edge of that right foot. Nice deep breath. Opening up that hip. Then we slowly bring it back to center. And I'm just going to walk that foot into pigeon. So my foot walks towards the opposite side of the mat. Setting it down, stacking those fists again, giving my head a place to rest. Taking a nice deep breath. Using that exhale, letting the hip release. Giving myself that little internal moment before a race. A little centering power. One more nice deep breath. And then we begin to slowly rise up, pressing those hands into the mat. Let's push it back into that wide-legged child's pose, reaching the hands forward. And this time I want you to walk those hands over to the right side, stacking the left on the right. And maybe walking them back to center, take them over to the opposite side, stacking the hands. And bringing it back, pressing up to our tabletop posture. Little cat-cow brings it back to neutral. And then I'm just going to cross those legs at the ankles so I can bring it back to seated. Stretching those legs out nice and long. So now we've got a lot of openness in the legs, in the hips, in the arms. And I want you to take one more big pose, little confidence booster, right? If you're headed out on that water, headed to race, headed to the trail, let's take those fingertips towards your backside. Or you can take them out to the sides if you need a little more space in the shoulders. Taking our upward facing plank, go ahead and press into those heels. If it feels good just to take that little lift, you can lift it right here. If it feels good to take a bigger lift, we're going to take it all the way up. Big upward facing plank. Drop the head. Nice deep breath. Really reach that chest up towards the sky. One more deep breath. And then slowly bring it back down. Nice job. Big posture for that big lake and a big day. We're going to bring it back to seated on the mat. Taking ourselves to a nice, comfortable seated posture, another great way to center ourselves for any activity that we have to do on the mat, on the water, on the trail. Here at Moraine, I hope you come up and discover everything that Moraine has to offer. We will definitely be seeing you at the regatta this year. You can find me with Surf's Up Adventures and also here with Armstrong. It's a great day to come out at the lake, and there's a lot of great days in between all year round. Come on out and enjoy what it has to offer. I want you to take those hands out to either side of the mat. Take a nice deep breath in, all the way up. 10 fingers become 5. Exhale, let them float back down. Let's do 2 more. Nice deep breath in, back where we started. Centering, taking a deep breath, maybe a little stronger, a little more flexible, ready to go. One more deep breath. Bring those fingertips together. We take them to heart center, little gaze out over those fingertips. Thanks for joining me today. My thanks to Amanda Becker from Appleseed Events and from Moraine State Park for this beautiful, beautiful day on the water. Find the light within you. Take it out into the world. Namaste.